Hello and welcome to Towards a Better World. Now the shootings at the Gurudwara in Oak Creek in Wisconsin. It's beyond imagination for me that something like this could happen to the Sikh community. Of course, something like this should not ever happen to any community, to anybody anywhere in the world. But then to particularly see this to happen to a community which is so peace loving, so caring, so hardworking, and so giving back to society kind of a community, especially very painful and very disturbing for me. And I particularly can't even imagine that an entire group which has congregated for a religious purpose, basically just to pray, to cook, to be amongst themselves, and to cherish the very existence of being between themselves. And then there's a person who kind of comes in and just starts shooting at a mass on a mass scale is pretty much unimaginable for me. And I once again question the the entire gun culture, the easy ownership of weapons in the US, which I think to quite an extent is responsible for what is happening. I'm not saying that we do away with weapon ownership among the public completely, but there has to be some sort of discretion in the way in which weapons licenses are actually issued, because I think the Aurora incident and the Virginia Tech incident, these have all been pointers towards the fact that weapons in the possession of people who are probably mentally not very sound can be very dangerous to society. So these are the two things which I want to point out in this video. That one, I think it's really so sad. It's really so sad that we're seeing a community like the Sikh community. Please understand, all those watching this video, that they are not the Taliban. They have nothing to do with the Taliban. The Sikh community originates from North India. India itself is more a victim of terror rather than a perpetrator of terror. And the Sikh community in particular, which originates from a place called Punjab in North India, they are a community which works really very hard day in and day out. It tries to and it is pretty much there across the world. So they may have an appearance which resembles the community to which the Taliban belongs, but they have absolutely nothing to do with it. So don't I want everybody watching this, I want the American public watching this, I want people around the world watching this to understand that they have absolutely nothing to do with the Taliban. They are an extremely peaceful, loving, caring community. And anything like this happening to them is extremely disturbing, extremely disturbing. So one is that, and one is this whole weapon culture, which at least I am so against. I think there has to be some sort of discretion. There has to be some sort of way in which any weapon licenses being issued, there's a certain way in which you actually determine the suitability of the individual or group of individuals which are applying for such licenses. After the Aurora incident, there were people saying that no, it's not that, it's not the weapons which kill, it's the person who kills. But then I also feel that when such licenses for weapons are issued out almost randomly to just about anyone, you never know which person is probably mentally not stable enough, not sound enough to actually have access to those weapons. When those weapons themselves are not in the possession of such individuals, there's every likelihood that there will not be any misuse. So these are the two things which I wanted to share with you in this video. Thank you.